My Roblox user account is Ewer, and I'm here with Wes, who is also known as Westbad, Matthew, who is known as Wheat Lies, Leo, who's known as Finway, and Andy, who is known as Andelf, or yeah, the like. So, what we're gonna be talking about Strobe, Ignoble, Island 2, and a couple other things today, and we're gonna start with Wes and Strobe. Wes, take it away. Stop looking at yourself in the camera.
Well, Strobe is a game that we have been working on for the past month, I think. Oh god, it has. And we've added quite a few new maps. We remade No Don't Name This, and it's now No Non-Jing, or non I don't know how to say that. Ask Matthew.
Mandarin is terrible, Wes.
I know, I'm sorry. And yeah, now we have a sufficient number of maps now. What we can do now is add features such as probably, I don't know, Andy has quite a few ideas. What were those?
First of all, the game is still quite played quite independently at the moment. So one thing I want to see implemented is the ability to bring teamwork around more. So, such as in capture the flag mode. Because capture the flag mode right now, it's very much grab the flag, run back, grab the flag, run back. What we need to do is encourage bringing back of your own flag when it's captured. So to do that, we're going to stop captures happening when your flag is on the run. Another thing we want to add is we want to limit how many people can be a particular class on each team, because we've had many reports of a team playing entirely as defenders and just ruining the game by having too much power on the team.
Or they're just really bad at playing defender, which is also the case.
Well, yeah. Then there's also the last update, major update we want to do is we want to add abilities to each of the class. And we want to reward the players for doing objectives, working as a team, by giving them power percentage towards these abilities so they can use them to continue playing the game in a realistic, action-packed, and team-based fashion.
So, like, every time you capture an objective, you get like a point that you can use for such as like an ability such as like placing down like a turret, or like what's all your class. So like, even if you have those points, you'll only be able to use the ability of that class. So say like, I don't know, a medic might throw down like one of those shields that like, kind of like in Halo, that kind of protects everybody who walks into it. That's just a crazy idea. But yeah, stuff like that. And I think that will help promote the team aspect of Strobe.
Hopefully.
And it's not so much a one-man army sort of game. Yeah. So what about Matthew and Ignoble?
Alright, well, I guess the main thing for Ignoble that's being worked on right now is saving, which is, the one thing that everybody's always been asking about for like the past eternity that Ignoble's been. We just get hundreds of messages every day. Oh, you can implement saving today. How about saving? It's really hard, guys. I've tried for like 3 days now.
Like, you don't understand the engine, not engine, the code that we're building Ignoble on.
It's bad. It's really bad. I cry every night when I look at it. I sometimes see it in my
just don't understand.
It's just a really bad, but okay, guys, moving on from that, we're also going to be adding things like, I was actually planning on adding a feature where certain houses are blocked off, and you can pick the locks of those houses and get like a little bit of bounty, and those houses will have like a little bit better loot. I think it's going to be undergoing an entirely, like, a rewrite of the backend stuff in a couple of weeks. So you guys might not have many updates on it for that time, but afterwards you'll probably have quite a few. There's going to be a map update. Fenway is going to be adding in the new Cove City, which is going to have lights, for Christ's sake, lights finally. You're going to be able to see, and it's going to be great. You're going to be able to see it in Ignoble. No one thought it was possible, but it turns out we can do it.
Also in Cove City. Also, in Coast City, there's gonna be some stairs too, so you can do
There's
some
gonna
more
be
parkouring and
stairs.
stuff.
There's gonna be stairs
Stairs.
now. This is the first time we have
Revolutionary.
stairs.
And
And
you're
we're
on
going
home.
to- the NPCs, I promise, are going to suck less. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but they're going to suck less at one point or another. Nate, what am I supposed to talk about next?
Well, once we get like all the ignoble stuff rewritten, I guess we'll be able to have more features easily than we
Yeah.
are now. With less bugs.
Also,
Lots of bugs you may be already familiar with.
yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of
Yeah.
polishing things, like some ambient noises, and I want to do radios that make music. The problem is, I'm working on the soundtrack for Island 2 at the moment, and I'm in that exploration mood, and you don't want to hear that when you're trying to shoot somebody. It just doesn't help. You want to hear intense Russian patriotic music, and that's what will happen. Just got to give everybody some time.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if like whenever you got near a player, it'd start playing like some Russian piece. It's like, yes, yes.
That would be perfect. I think next I might as well talk about Island 2 since I'm already talking and yeah. Okay, so Island 2, I don't know if any of you guys played Island, not many people did, but it was this great game where you can kill people and eat them and wear their skin, and it's a survival game where you can kill people and eat them. And I don't know how we haven't gotten banned yet, but you can do it again, only this time with prettier models
2 times.
and in a better environment. But the main features of Island 2 is it's going to be basically a lot smoother. It's not going to be as laggy. It's going to have a lot of cool things that we didn't have in the first island, and it's going
Like
to be
giant butterflies.
a lot more versatile.
Yes.
Yes, giant butterflies, and this is already in the game. If you want to go check it out, I'll ask Nathan to put a link in the description. You can fly butterflies. You can jump on their backs if they don't eat you first. You have to not touch their heads, because if you touch their heads, they'll carry you away, and your health will slowly drain, and your body will fall from the sky, and people will devour your body and wear your skin. But if you manage to get it on the back of the butterflies by some godly force, you can ride them around through plane-like controls, and you can park them, and you can give them names if you want. I gave one a name and then it died, and I cried for a really long time. But there's also it was Shanae. There's also villages, which have NPCs that you'll be able to interact more with. Right now, they just kind of run after you and hit you with whatever's in their hand. Which the items that I include to be in their hand are like swords and stuff. But they can also beat you to death with someone's heart. They can it'll make a squishy noise when they do it. It's great.
Yes.
I
You
It's
can
spongy.
squish people to death with hearts. So I'm gonna be adding fishing that's not boring, because I'm really tired of fishing in survival games where it's just press Q a bunch of times. That's how you get fish. And fishing in real life is boring too. So I was like, well, it doesn't have to be realistic because you're flying around butterflies anyway. So why don't I make it so that the fish are like, about like 2-3 studs by 2-3 studs. They're deadly, and you can beat them to death. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's gonna be pools, and you engage in combat with the fish. It's gonna be nice, and you'll be able to cook them over a fire in a boring way because you can't do cooking in an entertaining way. It just can't be done. And the game's also going to feature a soundtrack by Wes and I. So it's going to have a lot of things that Roblox games don't have right now, which is kind of what the team is about anyway. And we're hoping to kind of dominate the whole aspect on Roblox survival that, it's gotta be so easy. You gotta, like...
Gonna have zombies.
Yeah, it's gotta have zombies. It's gotta have zombies, for Christ's sake. No, the game's not gonna have zombies. What it's going to have is eating people. And I think that's enough. You're the zombies. Who's next?
Is that all you have for Island 2? Is that all you got?
What about languages?
Oh yeah, languages. God,
Lore.
I completely forgot about languages, and there's gonna be like cave prizes
Sacrifices.
and sacrificing to gods and things like that. And each tribe is gonna have a language. So if you go up to someone who is in a tribe, we're planning on using the 50-player servers or so. So there's gonna be a good amount of people in your tribe. There's gonna be player interaction. But if you go up to someone who's in a tribe that's not your tribe, they'll be speaking a language, a completely unique language that you don't know. And you can learn these languages in game if you're really lazy, or if you wanted to, you don't have to learn it in game. You can actually try and study and learn the language. We'll have resources on the site, probably some really cool looking like documents regarding like written in scripts and things. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, and also the lore. There's island, since it's a tribal game, we came up with all of these cool things involving these gods and creatures like Bunblarg that are carved on walls that devour children. It's this really immersive universe that we're hoping to create in a survival game, and hopefully we manage to do that. And if we don't, at the very least, it's going to look and sound pretty.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is
Speaking of the
probably
website,
this is probably a good time for me to step in, and this is my domain. I've recently redone the entire RudDev website. If you go on it now, you'll be greeted by a games page. It will list all our games as links. It'll tell you what platform they're available on, what price they are, give you a description, and tell you who's working on them. Along with that, we have the developers page. This will list every developer in the group who's active at the moment, give you a brief description of them, link you to their social media outlets, and let you know what projects they're on. So if you have a question, you know who to ask it to. There's also an FAQ, a list of our awards, such as our Hall of Fame 2013 award for the most innovative gameplay, which was awarded to Strobe. Again, we have our group media outlets, so our Roblox group, our Twitch stream. We will be including our YouTube channel where you're watching this video, and there's even a forum. The forum, I think, is good. It's very simple. Anyone can post to it without having to sign up. It will be heavily moderated, but it's a free place for you to come, discuss your ideas, send bug reports, and read what we're doing, like as we update. There's a board for each game, even a board for just Roblox discussion in general, and so there's plenty of resources there available for you and for us to stay in contact with you. Anyone
yeah, it's
else
pretty
want
much
to comment?
gotta replace the wall, I guess. It's
Yeah.
kind of a mess.
I replaced the group wall, but now we just have another thing that we have to listen to people complain on. We got freedom.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
the comments about
Well, see, now it's all in one centralized location, so if they complain on one place, at least we can redirect them to another place they can complain.
Yeah, that'll be good. Wes, I think.
Is that it? Is that all you guys got? Yeah?
I'm working on Ultimate Paintball Refraction
Oh, yeah.
again,
There
fifth
you
time.
So I
I
might-
finished placing containers in Ignoble.
Yeah, Finway's working on the map in Ignoble. He's doing some exciting things that we don't give him credit for very often.
Yeah.
We're all scripters and we don't
They're not
know how
very
build-
exciting.
We don't know how building works.
Whoa, phone!
Oh, viewer mail! Viewer mail! Not actually viewer
Is
mail.
that it,
I
guys?
think that's it.
Alright, well, I want to
I
make a
think
quick
that's it.
note on Inkblot. As many of you are probably wondering, oh god, what's happening with the development of that game? Well, it's becoming more of a side project right now. I think Matthew is probably going to pick it up at the beginning of the summer and just complete it as much as possible. It's not something we want to develop our full time into, as we got these bigger and larger projects we are currently involved in. And,
Products.
yeah, products. So anyone else got any information about Inkblot? Matthew, did you want to talk about that, or is that it?
I'm gonna be fixing it near whenever I get the time to. I don't really have the time right now because I do a lot of things. I don't know if you guys know this. I do a lot of things, including the game that shall not be named, Siege of Quebec. We knew you well. So yeah, I think
The CJ Quebecois.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Alright, thank you all for joining us for the first of many monthly updates. Remember, you